Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here at GDQ. It's my first ever time in person. I did make a promise to Tech beforehand that I would get into the run and then do the introduction, so we got a bunch of time at the start of the game, so I'm just going to get going as quickly as possible. I'll give you a 3, 2, 1 countdown. So 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Woo! Let's go, Apache! Good luck. The game literally tells you.
This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
So yeah, this is a modded version of the game made by Totorock, as you can see on the screen. He's a good friend of mine who I asked to make this mod. A little while ago, I sent him a message on Discord and I said, please could you make all the textures for the bosses and enemies disappear so I'm not able to see them? And he said, why would you do that? And then he said, yeah, of course I can. So thank you so much. And also a couple of days ago, we had a little bit of trouble with the mod and he sat up till like 1 o'clock in the morning troubleshooting it with me. So huge thank you to him. I'm ApacheSmash. I'm joined with, we'll go left to right. I can't see, so we'll go left to right.
All right. Hey, everybody. My name is DaysAhead.
I'm Nikoheart.
I'm pmcTRILOGY.
And yeah, these are my commentators, expertly picked for their knowledge of the game. No, I just wanted my friends here with me for this. So.
I was going to say, I played the game once.
Didn't you die on this screen in the...
Don't. Okay, story. You know the bit where you crawl through the mud? I was like, oh yeah, this is fun. I forgot a thing called breathing. And so I'm there just submerged in the mud. I just stayed there and I died.
Congratulations, mate. You made it into this room, so... Doing really well. But yeah, we're playing on European Extreme, so that's the highest difficulty in the game. It's game over if discovered, so if any of the guards see you at any time, you get game over. You have the lowest amount of ammo in your gun. You take the most damage from bosses. They take more damage to kill. The guards can see you from further away. They can hear you. They can smell you. It's just very difficult. And then on top of that, they're all completely invisible. So there's a guard like right in front of me here. I'm just going to set up for a headshot on him. So you'll be able to see him asleep just now. You can see him sleeping in the bushes, but he's completely invisible. You can see the grass moving ahead of me because there's another guy. I'm going to trank and roll into him. That instantly knocks out guards. And then we can also see, or not see, another guard here. And I'll just CQC and slam him into the ground. So yeah, that's the same for the bosses as well. In this room, there is a beehive. It's just here, hopefully. Or just here.
Is the beehive invisible?
It is.
Okay.
It is. So,
not the bees!
So,
Not the bees!
So I was having a little bit of trouble with this room because the guards were invisible, and I said, oh, it's okay, Totorock, I'll just shoot the beehive. So the next update, he made the beehive invisible as well. But it won't stop me. It won't stop me. So what happens is the guard gets covered in bees, he runs into the next set of guards, and they run into a third guard, and that just clears them out the room for a little bit. All right, this room is quite tricky. There's a little radio call at the start, but then I'm going to set up again for what's called a quick headshot on that invisible guard, and then I'm going to shoot one that's off screen. I'm going to put a couple of tranks in him, and he'll walk towards me, and he'll fall asleep before he turns the corner and is able to see me. You will hear them pass out, and now there's a guard stood in my way here. I'm going to try and roll into him like that, and jump into this next room. And there's someone I haven't said hello to. Hello, klinkit. If you'd like to jump in with some donations here, this would be a great time.
Hello. So excited to be here. I wanted to jump in for a moment and talk about some of the amazing donors that helped us get to the Invisible Enemies incentive. We had $200 from Luxor. I really don't want to see those invisible enemies. Me neither. $15 from Anonymous. I want to see invisible enemies. 50 from Andrew. Metal Gear Solid 3 with invisible enemies? I must see. 50 from Escalated Quickly. Snake Eater with invisible enemies and bosses? I have to not see this.
My brain is getting so confused right now.
I'm so good. Are we going to see them or not?
I'm sure Apache can tell us, but yeah.
There'll be signs. There'll be signs.
Okay.
I gotta be totally honest. As we were getting close, you know, Tech said, "Oh, we might not reach the donation incentive." Most people would be like, "Oh no, I don't get to do the incentive," but it's so much harder than the regular game. I was kind of like, "Oh, I'll take the easy street. I'll just play regular European Extreme. That's fine." But I do appreciate everyone raising so much money and meeting the incentive too.
And thank you again to the Yeti for helping us reach that
Yeah,
incentive.
shout out Yeti.
as usual, I will accept like pain in return for donations for charity. I'll put myself through misery in return for donations.
Well, we had $10 from Anonymous. Watching my friend play through Metal Gear Solid 3 and seeing the amazing ending is what finally convinced me to play through the entire Metal Gear series. So happy to see it being run, and I can't wait for the remake. Good luck, Apache.
Thank you so much. So I'm going to roll a specific part. I've got to make a guard notice me, and the guard noticing me. I'm going to cook a grenade. So when you cook a grenade on most outdoor terrains, it actually silences your footsteps. So you didn't see him, but I actually ran past an invisible guard behind him. So yeah, that's a useful trick that we'll use a couple of times inside of this run. It doesn't have to be a grenade. It can be like any throwable object. And this room's really tight, so I've got to walk a specific line and roll twice to get past these two guards on the ground. So roll again, pause for a sec. And so that's like really specific movement there. Otherwise, there's two guards. I'm going to say this a lot, but there's two guards who you can't see. You'll see the subtitles go up, so you'll know they're there. But you sorry said who was that. There's actually a third guard off to the left, but because of the timing, he's facing away as I run through here. I'm going to do a little bit of item picking up here, Klinkit. So if you want to read another donation, that'd be fine.
Sure. We had $50 from Bez. Do you think love can bloom even on a battlefield? What about online talking about twin snakes? Great to see Apache and the troops with a sick run. Love you, brother. Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty.
All right. Well, thank you for the deep cut and the donation.
Thank you so much, Bez, and I love you too, man. All right, so we're getting the AK. It's really useful. It's going to be used for the pain fight and also the fear and also Volgin. We're going to get the cardboard box, most important item in the whole game. This is the first kind of boss fight, but it's not actually a boss fight. It's 10 guards. All of this is really specific. I'm going to kind of let it speak for itself. If I mess up and have to restart it, which is quite likely just because of the high difficulty of this room, I'll have to do this menu every single time, so that'll be fun. Oof. So I'll just try my best to not mess it up. But yeah, I'm going to put one trank in a guard who you can't see outside, and it's got to be anywhere but his head. And then I'm going to line up on this window here. I'm going to shoot another guard as he wanders left to right, just there. And then I'm going to get in this doorway. I'm going to throw the grenade through the door and knock so they all face towards it. And hopefully they all go down. So there's 4 there who hopefully went down. I'm going to hit this guard. I was hoping to hit him in the head, but I missed. So now I'm going to have to slowly body shot him until he falls asleep. Right, there we go. And now there's one off to the side just here. I'm going to carefully peek out. Oh, hit him in the head as well. Let's go.
Nice.
That was totally on purpose. And then a couple more in this guard here. And then I'm going to do setup for a quick headshot on this guard here. And I got it as well. So that's the
That was
offload
totally
unit.
off screen as well. Wow.
Oh, that's a huge weight off of my mind. A couple of weeks ago, I did this at the biggest speedrun marathon where I'm from, the UK. So in Scotland, we have United Kingdom Speedrunner Gathering, and I was trapped in that room for about 20 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So I'm really glad to have done it first time. But I'm sure the rest of them from UKSG are like, why couldn't you have done that here? It's just the way it goes sometimes.
I mean, you've been practicing a lot of this mod as well, so you know a lot more than you did back then anyway.
Yeah, yeah, all the time. It's so much practice. It does require a certain amount of effort to become proficient at.
And this game is very like top heavy. I mean, it's very loaded at the beginning, including but not limited to the Ocelot unit. So.
Yeah, first I'd say 40 minutes of the game are a real challenge. Like pretty much every room is difficult. And then it eases off a little bit later. But Klinkit, if you want to jump in again, you're absolutely fine here.
Sure thing. We had $10 from Howlin' Mad Mike. Hi, Apache. Guess we don't need an 11th hour incentive this time around. The awesome peeps got the invisibility one through. Good luck on the run, and remember, you either die a hero or live long enough to get seen by a guard with 3 pixels worth of vision.
Thank you so much, Mike. Speaking of UKSG, Mike is head of hosting and donations there, so thanks so much, Mike. All right, there's a bunch of actions in this next room here. You notice I had 3 leeches on me there I had to remove. So when you go in that water, you get leeches attached to you. No matter if you have 1 leech or 100 leeches, it all drains your stamina at the exact same rate. but we need our stamina. It's really important. Not only because while it's above half, your aim won't shake, but also your health replenishes with how high your stamina is. So I just shot a wall there. That distracts some dogs. When the dogs bark, it makes a guard all the way on the other side of the level move into a more favorable position. And then I'm going to get in the box, which is also invisible, just like everything else. Everything's invisible. I'm going to push the box against this gate here, and then jump through at the right time, I hope. So that guard who saw us pushing the box into the wall, he's actually gone and walked all the way around the level, so he just gets out of my way. And there's also a dog you can't see, so I'm just hugging this left wall here.
It's one of those new breeds, invisible dog.
I actually could just make it up, right? I could be like, there's 5 guards in this, 5 guards, they're all looking
How are we
at
supposed
me.
to know this is true?
You remind me of that one invisible dog joke. It's like, I spilled spot remover on my dog. Now he's gone. Sorry, it had to be done.
Fortunately, that guard was facing away, so I could just run up and grab him at the last moment. The CQC is really long range in this game. I'm just taking the suppressor off my gun because I'm going to fight Ocelot. And my idea is I'm just going to keep him as still as possible. So I'm going to take a couple of hits off him here, but the less hits I take, the better. So I'm just hitting him once, throwing a stun grenade, moving away from him. Got one more, and then I'm going to have to kind of like free aim it. I've already taken more shots than I would have liked. There we go. I got him.
Nice.
I did get him off screen. He's took quite a bit of health off me there. That's more health than I would have liked to have lost, but health's only really important for boss fights, because obviously if it's game over if discovered, you don't get into any prolonged battles with guards. But the pain, as the name might suggest, is a pain. And so what I do in invisible enemies and boss fights, I use the AK to fight him, because whenever he shields down, you can't see him at all. The AK is great for just spraying bullets until you can locate kind of where he is. The problem with the AK is it's got a lot of recoil, so whenever I have to fire the AK, I have to crouch, but whenever I have to take his shield off, I have to stand. And then there's a bunch of his attacks I have to avoid as well. I mean, we talk about like areas of the game where I could die. The pain is pretty high on that list. Mm-hmm. So I'll take it carefully. The reason the estimate's so high as well is because the run can be so fast, but mistakes are really costly. So you tend to get game overs on bosses like as you get towards the end of the fight. So it could be like 2-3 minutes worth of a reset. But we'll see how it goes. I'm going to change my camera here so I can set up to throw the grenade at the start of the fight. So there's 2 different camera types in this game. There is static and like a free aim camera. I'm going to manipulate the free aim camera at the start of the fight so I can throw the grenade perfectly onto the platform. Hopefully that'll make sense when I actually do it. So I'm going to hold it to the right and stop it with the menu, and then I can just face towards him. I'm going to wait till he throws his thing before I throw my thing. There he is.
There you are!
I'm going to drop off the platform because of that grenade. Whenever I climb a ledge, I actually get iframes, so that's handy.
He's not so invisible now, so...
Yeah, fortunately he's not when the shield's up. Oh, if he rolls, he gets iframes. Oh. So that was absolutely perfect. He rolled at the right time to get iframes, so I have to like drop off and reset and throw a grenade. This is good. When he does this, you can shoot him like so much when he throws a grenade, but obviously I have to avoid that as well. So I have to climb the ledge at the right time to get the iframe so the grenade doesn't hurt me. I'm gonna have to move off this platform now, possibly. Yeah, I do. That is actually so unfortunate. Right, phase one. So I'm gonna throw a grenade onto the platform and he's gonna shoot his homing bees at me, but there's a glitch in the game that if you hold first person view when he does that attack, as long as you're in 60 frames, it won't actually hit you for some reason.
Also, I love that term, homing bees. God, thank you, Kojima.
Yeah, that's a feature, not a bug.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I'm going to do a little bit of risk management here and put the lifeman on just in case, because I don't want to reset the fight at this stage. There is like one attack he does that will pretty much always hit me. So it's kind of like luck of the draw at this point. I got really unfortunate with how his attacks lined up.
so close.
And every time he throws that grenade out, I have to climb the ledge at the right time so the explosion goes off at the same time that I'm climbing. Otherwise, I'm in big trouble. But this should be it here. Yeah.
Lovely
Yeah,
stuff. Let's
immaculate
go.
iframing right there.
Oh, I'm really grateful to be out of that fight. That one, that one can catch you out for a while. So. But yeah, Klinkit, if you want to jump in and give me a donation.
Sure
Be so
thing.
grateful.
We also just opened up a new Star Wars glitch exhibition incentive. So in those donations, if you click the glitch exhibition one, you can also put it toward our Wolfenstein 3D milestone coming up later tonight as well. We also had a $50 donation from Murby. It's always fun to see Metal Gear speedruns, even if this run I can only see part of. Also, my favorite Metal Gear game is Boktai 3. It has Snake, it counts.
It counts.
Thank you.
It does count. It was difficult to know what to call like this for the, for submitting it to marathons. I did think about like reverse stealth camo. That kind of says what it is. It's like instead of you getting stealth camo, all the enemies get it. But I did notice they did that on the donation incentive as well. That's how they sold it. All right, let's see if we can pull off a random glitch here. It doesn't help, but it looks good. I'm gonna jump out of reality, possibly. This can actually kill you if you do it wrong as well. So there's like the wall is just broken here. No, I totally missed it. You can jump out of the wall there. It doesn't do anything. And if you miss it, you hit like underneath all the level. If you get out of bounds, you'll eventually fall until you die. So that's why we're not able to sequence break anywhere in this game. They thought of everything. There's a bunch of ways to get out of bounds in this game as well. I did actually replenish my stamina here because I've lost so much health. I want health back by the time I get to the Fury. So I'm just keeping my stamina as high as possible. And also stamina denotes how much oxygen you get. So I can swim for longer if I eat first as well, which lets me just avoid these searchlights. And I need to remember to put my suppressor back on this gun for this next room.
I'm glad that we can see the crabs. I know they're not enemies.
Look, I've had enough of giant enemy crabs. Small crabs are fine.
So what I did there was I set up for a quick headshot on a guard, and then I shot 2 explosive barrels. So the barrels are filled with explodium, and if they blow up near a guard, it doesn't actually count as a kill. It counts as a workplace hazard. So you can take out guards like that quite easily. And there's later where I'll do that as well. I also did a little bit of damage to the end. When we get into the fight with him later, because he took that damage, he'll have reduced stamina, which allows me to kill him a little bit faster, and it allows like me to set up a quick kill on him. But I'll try and explain this room. So we leaped over that barrel there. We're gonna bump into this guard and roll onto the stairs, climb up the stairs, bump into another guard, and then roll, go back into the box, climb up the stairs, bump into a third guard, and that's it.
Easy.
Every single time you roll through a guard, the guard on the floor above looks in the opposite direction. So it allows you to like get a run up on them. It's just funny how that kind of works out. I'm making our way over to the lab as well. This is a room that I struggled with on Invisible for a long time because there's a guard kind of out in the open, and there's also a dog. So you can't do like, I couldn't just get like the auto aim onto him and hit him 3 times to take him out, and I can't get too close to him. But I was watching a Japanese runner called Go-Go Time, and he found that quick headshot set up there, and it's just that place right on the grass. So if you go into first person view with your gun out, and then you go on your tiptoes, if you're at the right range and on the correct terrain, when you stand on your tiptoes, you'll be at the perfect height to hit them in the head. So that's why I can take out guards occasionally like that so fast. It doesn't work everywhere. But where it does work is really useful. I'm going to sneak into the lab now. I'm going to show you a cool trick in this game. So I'm going to run over to the shadow on the ground, and then I'm going to change my clothes out in the open. So as I hit the shadow here, I'm just going to change my clothes and become a scientist. And when they see you outside, they'll want to take you to jail. But if you go in the box and out of it, they lose sight of you completely.
Oh, wait, it's a scientist. Everything's normal.
So the guards who you can't see, you can occasionally see the shadows, but the guards won't react to you in the science costume while you're in the lab, but the scientists will. But the scientists don't react to the box. So this next room is just a case of being in the box at the right time and being in the lab coat at the right time. Also, if a scientist looks at you and after a while he'll realize you're not one of my work colleagues, I'm reporting you to the authorities, you can actually just run into him and bump into him, and it will reset the amount of time before he sees you. So I actually want to pick up a silencer here, so I'll just bump once and then bump him again. Just like that, and we can meet Granin. And this is what I was talking about with the box. There's a guard and a scientist, right? So the guard can't see me in the box, but the scientist can't see my face. So I just get around the corner, go in the box, and then out again, and that works just like that.
It's such a great quirk of the game.
Yeah, I mean, people do joke about the AI in this game being strange, not working correctly, but I think it's perfect.
Mate, if you're using it to your advantage, there's nothing wrong with it at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the way it is. But we can just make our way out now. And obviously the lab coat only works within the realms of the lab. So once I'm outside, I have to go back to regular camo and go back to sneak in. But we did pick up something called the Animals camo from Ocelot earlier. The Animals camo is fantastic.
The literal drip is,
It's way too good for how early you get it in the game. Like this not only is the best camo in the mountains area, it's better than anything else. But also, if you're below half stamina, it doesn't let your aim shake. So you can have like 0 stamina and it doesn't affect your aim. Because it's invisible enemies and boss fights, I'm going to keep my stamina as high as possible for a mix of things because I want the health replenishment for the Fury. The more health I can have on the Fury, the better my life will be, basically. I did just set up for a quick headshot on that guard there. I was waiting for the sound cue to make sure I'd done it. That guard in particular is a nightmare to quick headshot because you don't do it at the apex of standing on your tiptoes. You have to do it as you're rising, and it's one of those that you just have to have a feel for. Fortunately, I didn't miss it, but there is a backup if you miss it. But this is the fear. The fear we do a little bit differently. I am going to take the poison out, and I'm going to run into one of his traps on purpose. So he has a trap up here, a rope trap, and I'm going to purposely get taken by it, cut myself down immediately, and that will perfectly line him up to be stood next to me. I'm going to throw a stun grenade at him, pot on the AK, and line up just like this. Just like that. So
wow.
Congratulations, Fear. You played yourself.
when the Fear is stunned on the ground, he takes stamina damage. So you can hit him with a lethal gun, and he will still take stamina damage. That's a life med. I don't want that. And so he doesn't get iframes either. So you can just deal as much damage as you can as quickly as possible, and he will just melt away. The game actually can't keep up with how fast you can drain his stamina. So you'll see the stamina bar actually lag. Okay, I landed on a guard there. I'm going to cigar gas spray this guard, and then go up these stairs here, bump into this guy, roll through, and hopefully the door will shut. The door's shut so he can't see me anymore. Klinkit, I'm good if you want to jump in again.
Sure thing. We had a $25 donation from Tiny Tim 78.
Love you, Tim.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, all. Donating for the always amazing ApacheSmash and the Metal Gear Solid 3 run. You, my friend, are a legend. It's always a pleasure to see you, and I hope you enjoy your first in-person GDQ run. Shoutouts also to the couch and the amazing Nikoheart. Cheers.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tim. I love you too, mate. We did just miss, there's a radio call. The radio call just says that this next part's the end. It's not the end of the run. It's a boss called the end. There's also a boss called the boss, but that's not this boss. That boss is at the end.
He said the line.
Say the line, Bart. And shout out to the German commentator who messaged me and said, "What's that line? Can you write it out for me so I can translate into German?" So
Oh
the
my
German
God.
also got to hear that as well.
Great.
All right.
Sorry, that was so great.
I was having so much fun, I forgot to explain that entire room. I did a lot of complicated things back to back, and it worked. It worked well. It went great, so.
We believe you. We believe you. Yeah.
All right, here's the end fight. You can just about see the glint of his sniper rifle. I'm going to shoot him 3 times and knock him down. I would have liked to have done a bit more damage to him than that, but, you know, It happens. I'm going to go over to the east side of this room. So this is a strat, the run I was talking about earlier called Go-Go Time. He found that there's a fail-safe in the ends programming. So if you lose the end in a different room or something, and you can't find him, you're looking for him for hours, the game has a fail-safe to let him find you. So I'm just going to punch, I think I did 7. I'm just going to do one more to be sure. If you make a loud noise after 25 seconds, the end will appear in the furthest location he can see you from. So I put a smoke grenade between me and that location, and I'm essentially teleporting the end to me rather than going to find him. So now he's going to be behind this tree here. Hopefully. Yeah, he is. And he's just going to be here on the ground, and I need to get right up to him, punch him twice, spray him, punch him some more, hold him up. And when he's going to go down into a prone position. That'll let me do some more damage to him. And then he's going to throw a grenade and he's going to run this way. I'm going to try and catch him while he's running.
That's what I call a smoke break.
And now he'll run the other way and I'll throw a grenade in his path to intersect where he's going. And this is so fun. It's so difficult to see him. I've got to try and work out there he is. So I'll do a punch again, spray him, punch him some more, knock him down, and then I've just got to catch him one more time. But I need to wait a little bit before I move, otherwise he'll run the opposite way. But hopefully this will work. Got him, let's go.
And that is the end of the end.
We do not condone bullying the elderly like that in real life.
If they want some of your vape, they'll ask. All right, so I'm going to, I forgot to do something. It's not important. It's just for me, don't worry about it. I should have ate before and took out that arrow.
Snake eater.
I finally did it. After my runs, whenever I run this game, people go, why don't you eat a snake? It's snake eater, why don't you eat a snake? There you go, I ate one. Thai cobra, it was delicious.
He did the thing.
Oh no, wait a sec. Where's the ladder gun?
Wait.
I can't believe he's taken the ladder out as well. All right, this is the...
Wow.
I never talked during this section, but this is the national anthem. Feel free to join in if you know the words. It's kind of like Spider-Man. Wow, I don't know what happened.
Whoa!
Don't look at my Steam library.
I'm so glad the game's not crashed.
That would be...
Yeah, that would be sad. Oh my God, that would be devastating.
Let's pick back up.
Nobody saw that, right?
No, I don't think so, no. What happened? Where am I?
Nothing happened, but we did reach $227,000 raised for Doctors Without Borders. Keep those donations coming in, and make sure you attach your donation to that glitch exhibition for our next run, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. We need just over $4,000 to get there, so make sure your donations contribute towards that.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry I ruined the song.
Sorry, Cynthia.
I'm so sorry to my close personal friend, Cynthia Harrell. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I somehow managed that. Nevertheless, we persevere. All right, the mountains. The mountains is three rooms back to back as we climb up the mountain. They're all pretty difficult, and they get incrementally more difficult as you travel up the mountain. So I'll try and explain this. Had a little bit of trouble with this earlier, actually, when I was practicing out there with Days and Nico. So hopefully I can get this first time. I'm going to take off the box at the right time, equip the grenade to run behind a guard, and that silences my footsteps. There's an RPG guard on the right who climbs down the mountain, and what I'm going to do is just put the cigar gas spray on. Oh, I equipped the box too soon. Why did I do that?
Like, this was very tough in practice.
Why
Like,
did I do that? Every fiber in my body was like, don't press the box. Yeah, so there's like multiple different things you have to do back to back. You have to sneak behind the guard at the perfect range to make the guard travel down off the mountain. The RPG guard slides down, and then he can't see you as he's sliding down. Let's just do it right this time. And I'm also rolling because rolling increases your camo by a slight amount. So instead of being at 35, you get 40. Wow. Oh, hey man. Hey, I can't believe I played perfectly up to this point.
Yeah.
And now I'm struggling with this room that I struggled with in practice. How strange is that?
I mean, it's still been a great performance up until now anyway, so you've still got the commendations for that.
Yeah, I'll get it. If I told you this run is difficult, would you believe me?
Huh. No, not at all.
I would have to see it to believe it.
I see what you
I have to say, your pun game has been on point.
Thank you.
This run.
The guard, I'm seeing things.
Got him.
Nice. There we go.
I know, right? It's like that makes one of us.
Yeah, one of us, yeah. I'm glad it's working for you, guard.
Just the whole time I was just thinking like, yeah, wow, this would be so much easier if I could see them. They should make a mod for the mod where you can see the enemies and bosses. Visible, invisible enemies and boss fights.
So it's just like the exoskeleton or like just the skeleton. That'd be so awkward.
So yeah, the room that I just struggled with, the first mountain room, is not as difficult as this one. This one's more difficult because there's a lot of free aiming. Got him in the head again.
Oh,
so
nice.
use the question mark that appears above his head as like a guide. But yeah, the biggest problem with this room is it's so long. And obviously any mistake, you're going back right to the start of it. Just run up and grab him as quickly as possible while he's behind. So when you equip the box, the guards can actually hear you from a little bit further away. So I have to unequip it at the right time. But there's two more guards here. There's one here. Oh, that's really bad. Let's see if I can save it. No, that's even worse. So there's one guard here. This would be a miracle if I get away with this, by the way. This will be a miracle. I'm most likely getting a continue here.
This is HQ.
Patrol here.
What's going on? Respond.
Oh my God.
He was like a phantom.
Just going to reset this room real quick. I shouldn't have a caution here. Oh, the helicopter's completely invisible, by the way. You can't see the helicopter.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Just so you guys know, there is a helicopter there that just flew by. Resetting the room like that does get rid of the caution. But yeah, I'm just glad to be in the next room because if I had to reset the first room, I was traveling a long way. But yeah, I rolled over a guard, made him look at a wall. I'm going to fire an unsilenced gun here. That'll make a bunch of different guards do different things. Allow me to hopefully just sneak on past. There's like a little tiny line I can get across here where none of the guards can see me. Roll into a prone. And then as he runs towards this barrel, shoot the barrel. Oh, we're out of the mountains. Let's go. I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
That was skillfully played, sir. Suit you, sir.
It's one of those when something goes a little bit wrong. Like all it took was shooting the wall. And when I was trying to hit a guard, I shot the wall, and that just had like so many cascading effects where I had to come up with new strategies on the fly. And I think that's part of the fun of this game that's kept me playing it for so long. It's all good, like learning a route and knowing what to do when everything's perfect. But the fun of this game is knowing what to do when things go wrong.
Being able to improvise in speedruns is a very important and eclectic skill for speedrunning. So you never know when things will go right, go wrong. Being able to, again, on the fly, play the game as as it's hitting you in the face, basically, you hit it right back.
Especially in a marathon
Yo,
context.
yeah, absolutely.
So this next boss is the Fury. So the Fury is the most difficult boss in the game because he has the most random elements. A lot of the other bosses are quite static. You're performing like a loop with them. But this boss does what he wants at all times. And also in the HD collection and also in the Master collection, as the frame rate's gone higher, his flamethrower has been able to reach further and further. What gun do I want? This one. Okay, so he's on the left. This is not a good position starting. I'm going to try and bait him into attacking me. And I want to try and convince him to stand still. Nope, I'm going to knock him down here. That's unfortunate. Damn it, he tricked me. I'm trying to just get him to... That's not good. Damn, I nearly punch kicked him while he was running into me. I would have loved it. It was worth going for. It was just worth trying. It would have been funny.
You could say that the Fury was a little bit furious.
He was. He's got this awesome line as well. When you... oh, damn, that's not good. There you go. That's the line I was talking about. All right, I'm gonna reset just one more time on this fight because I'm hoping for a better start on him.
Bye, Brian.
While we're restarting, I just want to remind everyone that we are now 30% of the way to the glitch exhibition for our next game, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. So get those donations in now. We also had a $100 donation from Berserk Brandy. What a thrill it is to see Metal Gear Solid 3 once again, even better to see familiar faces. Apache, best of luck on the run, you absolute madman. Rooting for you while secretly avoiding work. Sending you, your crew on the couch, the hosts, and the rest of GDQ lots of love from the Metal Gear community. Less than 3.
Shout out, Brandy. Can't wait to see you in August for MGS Con 3.
Yeah, thanks so much, Brandy. I can't believe, right, this is what I was talking about. His flamethrower can actually go around corners in this version of the game. So if you think this fight is unfair, he can literally travel around corners with his flames. Like, imagine a... Damn it. It's like just the most horrific game of Bomberman you've ever played.
I also just want to note, you see him go in and out of the box. That's one for movement, but also it serves as sort of like a stop, drop, and roll. And it's since that it mitigates the flame.
Yeah, so I may as well, explain the box. That obviously the box is completely fireproof for some reason. And if you get hit while wearing the box, you take less damage. I want to get over here now. That's unfortunate. So when he goes... I keep getting trapped on the walls. I need to stop getting trapped on the walls. Like, I think I'm probably dead here. Yeah, he's too close to me. He's too close. I only realized where he was when I got like right close to him. I'm trying my best to not say I can't see him because he's invisible. So my idea is I want to get him trapped down here. And so I'll shoot him twice. I'll let him go into his attack. Because if you shoot him 3 times, you knock him down. But if you let it cool down a little bit, like I can't do it now, I'll knock him down definitely. So I need to let him see me before I move and then move. And hope that his flames don't travel around the corners, which they do. Like the flame bends around the platforms. Oh, damn, I didn't want that to happen. There we go, I managed to just stop him at the last. But it's so difficult to move because there's so much fire here. And if I stand on this fire, it does so much damage. So I have to stand the only places where there's no fire. This should be good. I'm gonna have to knock him down again. Don't have a choice. Please stay still.
Come on.
Yeah.
Lovely stuff.
And that's what I was talking about with this run, where like if everything goes well, it's so fast, but there's just some fights that will get you stuck. And Nico saw in my practice, it was just first time straight through the Fury.
I don't know how you're able to just like nail that, but again, that's the power of the RNG.
Yeah.
It can be horrid, and as you said, with the frame rates and the fire bending, this is not Avatar: The Last Airbender, okay?
The Fire Nation attacks. Yeah. All right, so yeah, I mean, we're coming up to the unskippable cutscene, just got a couple more things to do. So I'm gonna quick headshot this guard, equip the box, and you're gonna see, well, you're not gonna see, there's a guard on the floor and there's another guard walking towards him. And because I'm in the box, he doesn't see me. He just carries on walking past me. And we can sneak into this room here. And now we're gonna capture Rykov. So the way we capture Rykov is by throwing a smoke grenade down this path here. And I'm going to shoot a guard in the chest with a lethal round, and that's going to cause a caution. And then because we're in caution, Rykov's going to run for the radio, and what I'm going to do is just nudge into him like this and grab him. And this is the stuff of nightmares. So Rykov, obviously you steal Rykov's uniform. That's a shared texture in the game. I'm going to wear his uniform, but because the uniform's invisible, I'm going to be invisible. And also the mask and his face is a shared texture as well. So when I put on the mask, that will be mostly invisible, but it just ends up looking like the stuff of nightmares, as you'll see. So I'll put the mask on first. Ah, fantastic. That looked great. That looked great. And then obviously the officer uniform is completely invisible as well. So if you've never played the game before, you're going to just be thinking, what the heck is going on now? But there's a cool glitch in the game here. I think it kind of speaks for itself. We could do that again in the next room as well.
Just a floating invisible head through a building. I think that's enough to scare anybody.
As if Rykov needed to be in this game.
Is this Metal Gear Solid 3 or Doom 3?
For a Japanese horror.
Yeah.
Klinkit, we're in an unskippable cutscene now, so if you want to jump in with anything, you're more than welcome.
Sure thing. We had $25 from Snoring Frog. First, the box was invisible, and now the ladder. Have they been enemies this whole time? I always thought of them as friends. I'm not sure what to do with this information.
We always say it's invisible enemies and bosses, and we always call the boss the ladder boss. People say, what's the hardest boss in the game? It's the ladder.
Speaking of which, we had a $250 donations from Euro Fiber. I'm always impressed with the amazing speedrun strats for tackling the hardest boss of Metal Gear Solid 3, the ladder. And while it was invisible to boot, what a climb, what a thrill. Thank you so much. Keep those donations coming in. We are at 30% of the way to our Star Wars Jedi Survivor Glitch exhibition. Just over $3,000 left to go. I know we can do it. Keep those coming in.
Yeah, thank you so much. If you want to jump in with a couple more, so it's all good. We're literally stuck here.
Sure thing. Yeah, we got $5 from Paisley. It's my boy Apache on the GDQ. Always cool to see Metal Gear Solid 3, even if you ruined the sanctity of the ladder.
Thanks so much, Paisley, mate.
Lots of love from the ladder, to the point where the ladder just donated $100. Snake eater. $1 for every rung on the ladder. I might have underestimated. How many rungs are there on the ladder?
It seems like something I should know, but I actually don't. But if it was a real ladder, it would be the tallest ladder in the world.
Well, send in your estimates for the length of the ladder in your donation messages.
Wait, should we go back and count them? Just like, I'll start the game again. You can actually hold the menu here and you don't take any damage, which it doesn't really matter, but if you're trying to get like at the scorecard at the end of the game, there's like a life bars used. You can keep it even lower by holding the menu here.
Who let you in here?
This is one of my favorite cutscenes in the series because to just give a quick outline, the antagonist of the game is trying to interrogate Snake to get info out of him. Meanwhile, everybody in the room is actually getting info directly from him. He's just spilling the beans. The irony is palpable.
Yeah, and literally everyone in the room is betraying him, and he has no idea. Fantastic game. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, this GDQ seems very Delta hype themed with hyping up Metal Gear Delta, and then our Delta run at the finale.
Ah, I see what you did there. Clever.
What's wrong? Are you okay? Oh, jeez. Did you throw up?
No. Oh, wait. Oh, they're talking to Snake. Okay.
Was the vomit invisible?
That's a good question, actually.
It was indeed. So yeah, Johnny, if you throw up, Johnny will open the cell. It's not the fastest way out of the cell. You can actually get out of there with the radio. But the reason we do it that way is because we want to loot the smoke grenades off of Johnny. So I'm going to throw an item here. I'm going to equip a grenade and hopefully just walk past these guards. See you later, guys. I'm just going to leave now. I don't want to be in prison anymore. I didn't enjoy it.
All right, I'm gonna head out.
Yeah, such a fantastic running pose as well.
And yeah, we got like one more room on the escape, which is a bunch of guards and some dogs as well. It's one of these rooms that's in theory is not that difficult. You just throw a smoke grenade, but you have to land it in the perfect spot, and you have to free aim it as well. So I'm gonna run up to this cone here and just launch this somewhere over here. Nope, I don't think that's gonna work, but we'll see. We'll see. Now I'm gonna throw another one here. Maybe this will work. I was so optimistic about that. It was worth a try because I knew the first one wasn't in the right place, so it was worth a try. But basically you just have to throw it over slightly to the left, and it's got to cover like 2 different guards. So it's got to cover one guard on the left there and one guard on the right, and then hopefully, yeah, and just throw another in this box. And it will land on this dog, and that should be it. We're out of there. Yeah, again, Klinkit, I'm just going to walk through a sewer here, so if you want to jump in, you're all good.
Sure, and we just passed $230,000 raised for Doctors Without Borders. And we're 40% of the way to that glitch exhibition for our next run, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. We had a $25 donation from Marforia. Apache, so happy to see you on the GDQ stage. You are the Metal Gear GOAT. Also, big shout outs to my friends on the best couch ever. Much love.
Shout out, Mar. I miss you.
Thank you so
You're the
much,
best,
Mar.
Mar.
Your
Thank you,
turn
Mar.
next, mate. Your turn next.
We also
So
had
true.
$5 from Moses. Hey Apache, good luck on the run, mate. Sending you love from the OHN and MGS community. What a thrill to see you run this in person.
Thank you so much, mate. Appreciate you.
Shout out OHN.
Yeah, big shout out to OHN and DRK, my good friend.
And then we had $25 from Joseph Joestar 316, having a blast watching Metal Gear Solid 3 Invisible Edition. I cherish the one-on-one session we had several years ago for getting better at running Euro Extreme. Best of luck to you, and watch out for those invisible guards.
Massive love, Joe.
Shout
Thank you
out,
so much,
Joe.
mate.
I'm glad we could win that money back from you.
All right, this boss is not. I keep saying, oh, this boss is so difficult. This boss is so tough. This one's not tough at all. I'm just gonna wait a minute.
Yeah. Basically, you're doing what I did at the beginning of the game.
So yeah, you can walk to the end of the river, and you get a special camo called the Spirit Camo. But the fastest way out of the Sorrow fight is just to drown yourself. And that's why on the way out here as well, I lost some health. Like I purposely dropped off that ledge in the sewer and did some damage to myself because it just means that my health will drain faster. But now we go to this beautiful area of the game that's completely unused, apart from... when we were in the cell, we had a transmitter that was put there by Ocelot, and if you leave the transmitter in, you have to deal with an Ocelot unit here, but we just take it out because it's much faster to walk through than deal with that. But yeah, that's my favorite area in the game, and it doesn't really have much of a purpose in the run, which is a shame. Once we get to this waterfall, we'll meet Eva, and she will give us our stuff back. So right now, we don't have any camo or our weapons, but we're going to get them back now. On the PlayStation 3, this cutscene here used to take about 25 seconds to load, and on PC now it's like a second. Fantastic. I'm sure PMC, you've had plenty of that with the type of games you run, where on the PS2 it takes hours to load, and then a new version comes out, it takes 1 second.
Oh yeah, no, especially the old PC games. Sometimes you run it one way, 0 loads. Run it another way, mysterious 20-second loads.
Yeah.
Software isn't real. It's invisible enemy.
So yeah, right here I'm going to do a bunch of menus. Let's get all of this good stuff. Not you. Okay, my menus are set up, but I'm actually going to use something that's pretty cool. It's a camo that we picked up from a boss earlier. We picked up from the Fierce, called the Spider Camo. It trades, camouflage percentage in return for your stamina. But there's a free aim shot here that we would normally do in the run that's like really difficult to do when they're invisible, as you can imagine. So we just equip the Spider Camo here, and we should just be able to... that's strange. He doesn't normally look at me there. I'm paranoid I'm going to get seen now. Oh well, I'm sure it's fine. But yeah, we traded off our stamina just to get out of there. There's like 5 guards all standing looking at me, and now I can change back. I'm actually going to pick up the sneaking suit, but I wanted to change that camo off, so I stopped draining my stamina.
I got an update from I Am the Ladder for $50. I have 321 rungs.
Oh, all right.
Thanks.
All right.
Thank you.
We've learned a new fact.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, pause for the ladder.
Yeah.
Let's go, Ladder.
Thanks, Ladder. I appreciate you letting us know. We were all so curious. The reason I've come back up here is because where we stashed Rykov earlier is now the sneaking suit. And sneaking suit is, apart from being very good camouflage, also gives you 50% damage reduction, which is very useful against Volgin, also the bike chase. Just for the rest of the game, having that damage reduction is very useful. So I'm going to switch back to a non-lethal gun, and I'm going to shoot the liquid fuel tanks. And that will make all of the guards, because the liquid fuel can explode, all the guards run to the top of the level, which gets them out of my way. And I can equip the box here, and just like the scientists, the mechanics don't react to the box, or they won't go into an alert. Also, he has managed to get rid of the mechanics, but not the scientists, but it's because, I guess it's because you wear the scientist costume that still has to be visible. And we're just planting this C3. And then we'll go into a fight that I really struggled on in practice, the Volgin fight. Nico watched me die to this a good few times.
You're going to give it first try. I believe in you this time, all right, buddy?
So much faith. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's a tough old fight. We're going to do it lethally because we don't need his camo, the Cold War camo. It's actually really difficult to do a non-lethal fight against this guy in invisible enemies and boss fights. So we're going to use the AK, and the idea is I'm going to tap him once, and then I can hit him a bunch of times as he's standing up. That's phase 1. Phase 2 is like much harder. I'm going to do a setup on him. So I'm going to equip the life med, and I'm going to let this attack hit me. Yes, get in there. Woo! Oh, I struggled on that so much in practice, so much. Nico had to watch me die over and over and over again to that fight. That's so funny.
It was about like a 20-minute endeavor, sure, but I knew you'd get it, man. You practiced so much. You did all the ways to try to get like all the different points of learning, even trying to practice some new strats that you thought might work. So all of that was for great measure, man. Congrats there.
Tech, if you wouldn't mind turning the game down slightly here, just because the game for some reason goes up to 150 for no reason. So it's just for the rest of the game's just incredibly loud for no reason. The sound balancing in this game is it's not the best. I'm really interested in what they'll do in Delta with it, because from the trailers and stuff, it already sounds like they've done some new passes on the old dialogue. So I think the mastering is going to be so much better. I'm looking forward to see what they do.
No, they're purposely going to turn it to 200%, right?
Yeah, maybe. I'm not just shooting at nothing here. This is the bike chase section. I know roughly where all the guards are, so I just try and no-scope them all. I'm not really in any danger. It's quite generous with the amount of health it'll give you. There we go, got one. Let's see if I can get this. There we go, got it. There's a Keratan up there. Obviously the Keratans are invisible as well.
But the Shagohod is not invisible.
It was at first, but he couldn't get rid of all the textures for it, so it looked kind of weird. You'll see it during the fight anyway, but whether the Shagohod was visible or not would not make this game any harder. It's not a particularly challenging boss fight. The only difficult part of it is when Volgin is on top of it, and of course he is invisible. And you'll see textures from the cars being missing, and that's because they're shared with other textures in the game. So getting rid of them gets rid of other stuff. I'm not going to claim to know what I talk about with modding. That's why I ask other people to do it for me. All right, this room's kind of tricky. So there's a bunch of guys there. I'm going to throw a stun grenade. There's a guy at the end here. Throw a stun grenade on him. There's one guard over here by these I can't think of the word for them, containers. And then there's two there and two there, and hopefully they're all down. One RPG guard will appear on the roof. You should just about be able to see his RPG as he stands up. There we go. Hopefully hit him. Yep, got him. And then we've got one left long throw, one right short throw, and then two at the back. And if we get all of these guards down, Eva will drive off sooner. So she normally waits here for you to take out those guards, and they'll like make a run at you. But if they're all gone, she'll drive off. So that's good. Now, the most important thing is the RPG guard. So there's one RPG guard up here, and hopefully that takes him out. I don't think it did. Oh, it did. If she says nice, it means you got the RPG guard, so that's really useful if you can't see him. And then there's one extra RPG guard as we leave. I can take the hit off him, so I'm just going to try and no-scope him. Got him.
Oh!
And so now we're pretty much safe now. We just want to try and get rid of the gunners off the bikes. So each bike has a driver and a gunner. And if you take out the bike will respawn. But if you just take out the gunner, then they can do less damage to you overall. So you can see how much the machine gun does. And I'm listening out for their sound cues to know that I've hit them.
I love autonomous vehicles.
I've seen too many self-driving vehicles. I can't be part of this.
That was before the time, anyway.
Your Waymo's here to pick you up.
Yeah, let's get chased out by the Waymos. I told you the machines would come for us. All right, we should be good. We should be chilling. Klinkit, if you want to read anything out, you're more than welcome.
We just got a $5,000 donation from Fangamer.
Whoa!
Hey everybody, Fangamer here. We are excited to be back again as a sponsor for SGDQ 2025. For this event, we have an amazing new lineup of official GDQ merch where 100% of the profit supports MSF. Check out the full lineup at fangamer.com/GDQ. And we are just about halfway through to our glitch exhibition for Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Coming up next, we're getting to the ending portion of this run right now. So keep those donations and make sure when you submit your donation that you select the glitch exhibition for Star Wars Jedi Survivor so your donation can go toward that. And not only that, it's also going to go toward the good ending for Wolfenstein later tonight. So get those donations in. We also had a $25 donation from Ladderfax. The longest ladder is made of wood and measures 41.16 meters, 135 feet long. It was made by the Handworks Museum in St. Leonhard, Austria, and completed in April 2005. The ladder has 120 rungs. I don't know whether that's longer or shorter than the one we
Shorter,
played.
right? It's shorter, definitely.
3, 2, and 1, right?
Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Can't has to be accurate completely.
More on ladder news later. I bet none of you expected to learn this much about ladders that you have today. All right, so the rail bridge, just shoot the bombs in order, and then just wait until he crosses the bridge. He's going to drive through the golden arches in the middle of the bridge, the big McDonald's M. And then we just wait for him to drive through it. And don't do what I did at UKSG, which I shot it too early. That was very embarrassing. Hopefully don't do that today.
Keep your aim steady. It's here.
All right, awesome. So you're gonna see the Shagohod's textures are a little bit messed up. See if you can notice. It's difficult, you have to look closely. So I'm gonna damage the tread and get behind the Shagohod to deal damage to the back of him. It doesn't look like it would, but the way the textures are broken, they're broken in like a very specific way that makes it so much harder to hit the back. This is a fantastic start, by the way. I've done no damage to him so far. So every time you hit the back of the Shagohod, it's going to get 5 seconds of invulnerability. If you time it out nice and fast, you can sometimes damage the tread again and be able to hit the back of him. So the idea is to stay at the back of him as much as possible and get these glancing shots from the side as well. This is not a difficult fight, it just takes ages. It's really not a difficult fight. The second part of it is much more challenging. So hopefully I can get another one in here. Nope, Eva's just going to keep driving. When you've played this game for a while, you'll realize very quickly that Eva just kind of does what she wants. She'll sometimes fully drive you into the Shagohod, and there's nothing you can do about it. And there's also, like, you're programmed to take damage when you drive into the Shagohod, which is weird because you shouldn't be able to do that. Nevertheless, a couple more hits and then I'll deal with the actual difficult part of the Shagohod. When you think about how difficult the Ray fight is in Metal Gear Solid 2, this is just like, it's so simple in comparison. There we go, I got a glancing shot there. So this is the challenging part. I'm gonna hopefully keep him completely still. So I'm gonna shoot him here, reset my RPG to fire at the tread. And this is all good while I stay in this loop, but I only have 10 RPGs now, so you have unlimited ammo earlier in the fight, but you don't, oh, damn it. Right, we're just gonna hope for the best. See, if I shoot the tread here, he's gonna look towards me. We'll see. Nah, we'll see. Because even if he's stunned like this, this is really bad. I might have to reset this. I've got 2. I need a headshot. Didn't get it that time. I need a headshot. Yes!
Oh, wow!
I had 0 rockets, right? So without moving, I couldn't stun the Shagohod again, right? And he had exactly enough health for 1 headshot, so I couldn't miss the headshot. And yeah, I'm pretty happy I got that.
Nice little flex.
Yeah,
you like to see it.
I can't tell if you noticed, but I was pretty happy about getting that. Klinkit, please jump in here, please. It's the auto-scroller.
Yes, we have $100 from Fallen One, an invisible donation on behalf of the most intense Metal Gear Solid 3 speedrun I have ever almost seen. $250 from Turn, had to donate during one of my favorite game series. And we had a $50 donation from Wyburn. So good to see my boy Apache run Metal Gear Solid 3 as well as everyone on the couch. Good luck. Rykove's floating face haunts my waking nightmares.
Shout out Wyburn.
I love you, Wyburn, mate. Thank you so much. Hope to see you again soon, mate.
We got time for more?
Yeah, do give us more.
Sure. $25 from Shannon. I broke my leg 2 weeks ago, and my whole family is currently seated with me watching SGDQ. My sister and her wife have been fans for years, and I'm so excited to be a part of their tradition, especially after my accident. Metal Gear Solid is also my husband's favorite game. Shout out to Jason. I love you.
Aw.
Shannon, I hope your leg's better soon.
Yeah, speedy recovery, Shannon.
Yeah, we can do one more, Klinkit.
Sure. $25 from Swarming Bats. Huge shout out to my friends Apache and Days Ahead, my favorite Metal Gear game and my favorite Kojima podcast hosts. Love you guys.
Oh, Bats,
Shout out
thank you
Bats.
so much.
I miss you
Thank
too.
you. All right, so this is a fun section. So there's 3 platform guards that are going to chase us down. And the idea is this middle one, he will eventually get into a position where he's directly above me and I can't hit him anymore. So what I've got to do is I've shoot the middle one and then take out as many as I can on the sides and then get this middle one before he gets into that position. Yeah, so I got him again. because otherwise he'll just park the platform directly above me, and he does so much damage once he gets into that position. So I can see him coming in again. I'm just going to try and keep him from getting above me. The other guys I'm not too worried about. Like, I can take them out as and when I need to. Oh, my aim's terrible now. I used to pull my good aim on Volgin. There we go. Not even close. There we go. And sometimes when you hit the platforms, they can fall and land on top of you and blow, like they blow up on top of you and deal loads of damage. But also they can land and explode and set you on fire. It's just completely RNG. So we're just waiting until Eva mentions the log, just like that. And if you crash into that log, it's an instant kill. You can cheese it by putting a life med on, but I'd rather keep that.
Just wanted to hop in real quick to say we just passed the 50% of the way there mark for that glitch exhibition of Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Get those donations in now. Make sure you click that incentive, or if you're donating through Twitch charity, go to the extension and make sure you attach your donation to that incentive.
Yeah, that only opened a little while ago as well. That's such good work on that so far.
Yes, we are so close, just $2,500 away.
Come on, Twitch chat, you can do it. Let's make it happen.
You can absolutely do it.
You'll all be grateful to know that this is the final screen of the auto-scroller. It's not really, I mean, I could shoot these guys, could not shoot them. It's really just dealer's choice at this point. It doesn't matter.
Did we cover why Ava is invisible? Should I be concerned?
No.
Okay.
She certainly is. Which does make the escort section way harder.
Way harder.
There's been times during practice where I've lost her and I've genuinely just not been able to find her again, like, which means I have to reset the room. These final rooms in this game are, the final room before the boss is really, really punishing. Incredibly punishing. All right, we're just gonna make the jump. And we're out of the bike chase section. Not my favorite section of the game, I'll be honest.
Yay.
I'm glad we all had the same idea.
Yeah. Not scripted, by the way.
All right, so skip a bunch of cutscenes. For anyone who hasn't played the game before, we crashed, and now Eva's injured, so we have to look after her. So here's how you look after someone. Feed them instant noodles.
Let me have some more.
You're appealing to me right now.
And then do surgery on an invisible person. She's okay. I need to keep in mind, I only have like 3 shots left on the suppressor, so I really need to keep in mind where it goes off. It can mess you up if it goes off at the wrong time. So I'm gonna call her to me, you can't see her. There's guards approaching us from the north. This room's not too bad, it's just long if you make a mistake, but I'm gonna use you see like the shrubbery that we're walking through? I'm gonna use that to know if she's following me. So there we go, it's moving, all right, good.
I think you can see her breath as well, right?
Yeah, just a little bit. But there's also like, there's that same kind of like particle effect that happens elsewhere for something else, and it distracts you. And sometimes you can think it's her breath, and then it's not her. But don't worry about it; it's all under control. As long as we keep her moving, that should be good. In the regular speedrun, you have to stand at the exact range from Eva where she'll take the most optimal paths. If you stand too far away from her, she comes up with her own speedrun routes, and she's really bad at it. And if you stand too close to her, she just completely stops. So this should be fine. This next room is where the challenge is, and I've really got to listen out for a sound cue in this next room. I'm gonna hit an ocelot guard in the head while he's moving, using like a sound cue. So hopefully, I'll say that'd be funny if I missed. Yes, got it. All right, so I'm going to cook this grenade to silence my footsteps. I'm going to get right behind a guard. He's somewhere. There he is. Ooh, I nearly messed that up. And then there's 2 guards who are roaming around here. They actually can't see me through this. So see this gap here? Oh, he's in a, right, okay, he's down. He was in such an awkward spot. It was really bothering me, actually. And now I have to go find Eva again, which is always fun. I'll just feed her anyway. She doesn't really need to eat, but whatever, you know. She just likes the noodles. It's all good.
Is she eating them raw?
I think about that
No,
all the time.
I think they sit there and cook them, like heat up some water. It happens off screen. Oh, I would be really happy if I get this room first time. The nightmare of this room has only just begun.
I remember this being kind of a bit of a stopgap at UKSG as well.
Yeah, it's just because it has so many fail points back to back. Is she walking there? I see her. There we go. I need her as close as possible to me, and now I've got to. This is really irritating, but. There we go. Set up for a quick headshot there. 2, 3. And now I need to wait for the guards to like reset again, because they'll. I'm just gonna hang back a little bit. There. Right. Hopefully this works.
Freeze.
I'm trying to just set up on this guard here. There we go. I actually set up for an instant headshot there accidentally. Is he down? I can't actually see where he is. This is really annoying me. Okay, I can. Right. Have I mentioned that I can't see? I don't think I've mentioned that.
No.
All right, so this is the next room is the final boss, the boss.
This is the end?
Yeah, it's the end of the game.
Oh.
Oh.
I hope Eva's following me because I can't see her. I'm just gonna have to hope. Right, she's here. Great, fantastic.
Oh.
All right. So when the boss runs towards you, she can either like fake and then grab you, or she can just grab you. So I have to press circle at the right time, otherwise she will beat me up, basically. So I'm gonna let her shoot me. I bet you can't see where she is. He hasn't managed to remove the 2 arms of the boss. That's the only thing left in this mod. He just can't find the files. That was a late grab, so I really can't do that. Later in the fight, it won't let you do a late grab like that, so I have to be really careful. I should probably concentrate. We're right at the end here. I'm just using the trees for cover. So I'm using CQC here because it's a little bit easier when she's invisible. There we go. That's a perfect repel when it does that animation. And I could do a little bit of damage to her on the ground as well. I keep forgetting. I wonder where she is. Nope. I tried to lock onto her and it just didn't work. I'm gonna try hitting her with the Mosin actually. It's a little bit faster if I do that.
Get ready. Your skills have improved.
She really is armed and dangerous.
Oh, come on.
Right, we're nearly at the end of the run here, so if you've got any more puns, now would be the time.
Hit me twice.
I'm just going to be really safe and seek.
I was going out on a limb.
I really got to hand it to you.
Yeah.
You're pulling my arm and leg right now.
Well, speaking of puns, we had a $25 donation from Gringe. What an awesome run. Thanks for playing one of my favorite gaming memories. See you later.
I'll allow it for charity. It's okay if it's for charity. All right, we're coming up to the end of this fight. Just a couple more, unless I mess it up, just a couple more repels. CQC slams. It should be the next one or the one after. I think that might have just taken her over the edge. So you see the health below. Her health bar is a stamina bar. Nope, that was late. Oh, it let me have it. I'm so lucky. That's it. That's the end of the fight. That's the end of the game as well. We have a little unskippable cutscene with all the dramatic tension ever taken out of it because of the invisible mod. It looks kind of ridiculous. So I will just give my shout outs here. Thank you so much for having me in person at GDQ. I've done the online events over COVID and everything, but I always wanted to come in person at least once. So thank you so much for having me. Yeah, it's fantastic final cutscene. Unskippable, by the way. There we are. There's the Philosopher's Legacy. Yeah, thank you to my co-commentators as well. Thank you, Days. Thank you, PMC. And thank you, Nikoheart. Really appreciate you guys. Time will be coming up when I fire the last shot of the Patriot.
Patriot? Why are you giving me this?
Or should I say, Snake? You're a wonderful man. Kill me. Kill me now. Do it.
Can't bear to see her like this.
Oh my God.
There's only room for one.
You know what they say? Sometimes love is an illusion.
All right, time's coming up. Time's coming up when I fire this last shot. That's time. Thanks for having me. Thank you so much. Can't wait to see you again. And good luck for the rest of the marathon.